Well, many leaders from across the globe have been sending President Biden messages of support and gratitude following his decision to drop out of the presidential race. CBS News foreign correspondent Ian Lee has the latest for us from London. Ian?
Hi, Lindsay. President Joe Biden worked closely with many world leaders. While his announcement didn't come as a complete shock, leaders will be watching closely to see who becomes the Democrats' new nominee.
A dramatic turn of events tonight in the race for the U.S. presidency.
Forced out from fighting the next election.
President Joe
Biden's seismic announcement drew quick international reaction. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer said he looks forward to continuing to work with him while praising what he describes as Biden's remarkable career. Israel's president posted praise for Biden and his support for the country over the decades. Russia took a more muted response, saying it's following developments, while the Czech prime minister hopes that a good president emerges from two strong and equal candidates. World leaders will want to tread a fine line when praising Biden's term in office so as not to alienate Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. President Biden made his most recent appearance on the world stage less than 2 weeks ago at a NATO summit in Washington. But the chaotic pullout from Afghanistan by American forces will likely cast a shadow over Biden's foreign legacy, although the president will probably be remembered most for his staunch support for Ukraine. The country's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, posted his gratefulness to Biden and his leadership in Ukraine's fight for freedom, while also praising bipartisan support in the United States. We're hearing from other world leaders like Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada, who called Biden a great man and true friend. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz thanked Biden for strengthening transatlantic cooperation as well as NATO. Lindsay?
Ian, we know this comes at a time of turmoil in terms of global geopolitics. I mean, we have the Russia-Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas war, everything else going on in the Middle East. We have China, Taiwan, the Philippines, North and South Korea. What does this mean for conflicts abroad?
Well, it could mean uncertainty. The one thing that world leaders want to see right now is strength, the United States support, the United States continuity of that support when it comes to these conflicts, especially in Ukraine. Europe has looked to the United States for leadership when it comes to that conflict. We know that Ukraine definitely has looked to the United States for help when it comes to fighting Russia. And we do know that former President Trump, as well as his vice president nominee, are not too keen on keeping that support for Ukraine. So that does have a lot of people, a lot of leaders worried in these capitals. Also, when it comes to Taiwan, there's a lot of uncertainty if a second-term President Trump would support Taiwan if China decides to launch a military invasion of the island to try to retake it. President Biden has said multiple times that the United States would defend Taiwan. So a lot of world leaders are looking to see, will there be that continuity with this new nominee? A Harris nominee would likely continue what we've seen from Biden. But right now, there's a lot of uncertainty, not just with the Democratic nominee, but what this election will bring about.
Now, we know just in Michigan, J.D. Vance said to a crowd, sometimes when it comes to some of these world conflicts, we just have to stay out of it. Ian Lee, thank you.